This is Bessella Sims Gaming Week 1 Create an Adventure. Imagine you're part of a global group that is dedicated to ridding the world of evil. As a member of the global group, you travel across the world on many different kinds of adventures and missions. The nature of your work? You're a spy, espionage, and other type of covert operations which gives your character great liberties. Sometimes it's difficult to distinguish a member of the global network from other evildoers. However, recent criticism has forced the global network to have a better accountability of its members. It's forced to reassess how members are allowed to operate while on missions. This revamping of the organization will take much planning and preparation. First, the global network must decide on new guidelines for the members or the characters that are being developed and how they are to operate. Afterward, old characters must be brought in, or old operatives, for debriefing and retraining. The challenge is to send new operatives out to seek out the old members and to bring them in for retraining. New members, they will have a great task to distinguish between the old members and from the evildoers. Well, one way of doing this could be to give the new operatives all the personnel information about the old operatives, such as photographs, their residency, the type of assignment they were on, family ties, anything that has to do with the mission of the old operatives. Also, to send new operatives to the places where the old operatives were last known to be. The new operative can go undercover as a tourist of photography, or any other type of position that does not call for much attention. Now, as the new operatives go about, say, living their lives, taking pictures, making deliveries, as a teacher or a bakery person, no one will be suspect to them. And that way they are able to gather all the information that they need on the old operatives without causing much attention to themselves. Now, as the new operatives compile all the information on the old members, they move on to another phase of the mission, and that is to make contact to begin to retrain the members. They must first figure out how to get the old operative to leave his or her assignment and to return to the global network quarters. They must do this all without blowing the cover of the old members or destroying or putting at jeopardy all the work that these old operatives have done over the years. Now, some of the operatives have been on assignment so long they've conformed to being evildoers themselves. That's one task that the new operative have to deal with. Another is that some operatives are in so deep that it would destroy years of work for them to leave to retrain. So these guys, they pretend to be the evil guys, but they really aren't. And now you have other operatives who are double spies and are on alert for new operatives. These are the most dangerous because they appear to be on the side of the new operative, but really it's their job to find, capture, and permanently remove any new operative before the new system is imposed on the old members. The target audience is 7th to ninth graders. And what would I try to teach? I would try to teach, well, it's an effort to teach communication techniques, how people communicate with one another, the difference in styles, and also the similarity of styles. Etiquette, what is not etiquette in a particular country as opposed to another country, things of that like that. Multimedia production is another thing. Photography, dealing with framing, composition, how to take photographs to tell a story, and to also in the process of collecting data and information on an individual. Another thing to accomplish is dealing with geography and population. Learning the landscape of a country would have to learn history, learning the culture and the customs. And what's most important in order to accomplish all this is production and planning, teamwork, and the importance of working together to get a project completed, and all the intricacies that the small parts that go into making the big plan work. Um, why would I target my audience, and why would I think they would be interested in a plan like this? Well, I think each student has an interest and would find it fun because they would choose his or her own role that they want to play. He or she will be able to express an imaginative idea. He will generate a character profile and watch the idea take on a life. It will give a feel of what it's like to imagine, design, and implement an idea, and he or she takes ownership of a finished product. With the exception of profane things, there's no restriction on the character. Well, there is another exception. The new operatives do not know which old operatives are the double spy. So the new operatives are at a disadvantage with the double spy. All the other members do not know who the new operatives until the new operative makes contact with the old. Now, as the character unravels the mystery of one, who's an old member, two, where to find the old member, and three, if the old member is willing to retrain, four, and if the old member is a double spy. The new character is left to deal with a great deal of decision making and to employ critical thinking skills. The other thing, the double spy is aware of who the new operative were. So the double spies have an advantage, an ability, and a skill and a liberty over the new operatives, and the double spy is allowed much liberty in being bad or good. The session, I would imagine that the adventure will take a minimum of 1.5 to 2 hour sessions to accomplish. And the roles that the students choose to play, the students can choose and design his or her role with all strengths and abilities and weaknesses of choice. An example, a new operative can be a very persuasive talent and skilled at making counterfeit passports, monies, etc., but prefers to practice the new rules of the global network. However, situations may arise that force the new operative to practice some of the old covert methods to get his or her mission accomplished. Again, they have to deal with the old operative who will retrain, the old operative who will not blow their cover, the old operative who is now an evildoer, and the old operative who's a double spy, the most dangerous of them all. The first location of this adventure starts in a town in a population of about 20,000. Now, the last time a new face showed up in town was about 15 years ago, and it will be the goal of the new operative, the character, to fit in as a newcomer without being suspected as being a spy. Um, each encounter with the new operative has with an old member presents a challenge to fulfill the mission and just gather information about the operative, reveal to the old operative that they're from the GN, risk that the old operative will or will not cooperate, and again, greater is the risk of the old operative being a double spy. The excitement of this game, I believe, is the result of are dependent upon the choices made by the character, by the student themselves. The character has free will to conform to the newly imposed standards of the GM, or conform to the customs of the old field operatives, or even become a double spy. Whatever the character's choice might be, it will be that which the student has decided upon. And the result of the game will provide students with an overall opportunity to see how the choices that they make, that he or she makes, and how those choices have a direct impact on the lives of others, and that those decisions can have a long and lasting after effect, be it good, bad, or indifferent. This ends my momentary